Welcome to the Metaville. I'm Jeanne Curtin, an attorney and the Business Partnerships Director for Rocket Ship Consultants, and I'm excited to be one of your ambassadors to the Metaverse today.
And I'm Joy Tootle, the Operations Director for Rocket Ship Consultants. Today's topic is virtual real estate.
Virtual real estate, it's something most of us have been hearing a lot about recently. There have been some big headlines in the news, and we're seeing it across our social media feeds, but many people really don't understand what the virtual real estate market is about. Can you explain that?
Right. You may have heard that artist Krista Kim recently sold a totally digital house called Mars House for about $500,000. Metaverse Group purchased digital land in Decentraland, a virtual world, for $2.4 million. Axie Infinity, a virtual pet gaming world, sold a plot of virtual land for $2.3 million. Countries are getting in on virtual real estate market as well. CoinDesk recently reported that Barbados signed an agreement with Decentraland to establish a virtual embassy on the platform in January of 2022, so next month, to become the first country to do so. There are now even real estate funds being used and set up exclusively to buy and develop properties in the online world.
It's really difficult for a lot of people not familiar with the concept to grasp what virtual real estate is.
And I totally get that. I look at it as a new twist on the American dream, where back in the day, you'd go out west and you'd stake out your land and you'd call it your own. And instead of the Wild West, the new frontier is the Metaverse. And it's virtual reality or augmented reality on top of the real world. Virtual property sales are skyrocketing right now. And yes, the news feeds daily contain stories about virtual plots of land being sold for what may seem like outrageous prices to people who are unfamiliar with it. It may seem like a get-rich-quick scheme with no substance behind it, but in actuality, there is more to it than meets the eye. Virtual real estate is NFT real estate, buying a plot of land on a digital system. These parcels of virtual land are minted on the blockchain. Virtual real estate is a digital equivalent of real estate, but it's found in the metaverse, in virtual worlds, and decentralized video games. And this is not just for techies. The reality is that there are a lot of different people and corporations and organizations who have already gotten in on this action. Investors, collectors, companies, gamers, even state and national governments have already invested into the virtual real estate market. Anyone with a digital wallet and some ETH can go on an NFT marketplace and purchase plots of virtual land. Each marketplace has its own token that users can use to buy real estate NFTs in its marketplace. And the price tag on each plot is based on supply and demand, just like in basic economics. And like real estate in the physical world, a purchase at a low price could potentially yield a return if the future value goes up. Location is key, whether it's the virtual or the physical world. A popular, scarce, or high-valued property in the physical world often equates to a more expensive virtual property.
Now, in previous episodes of the Metaville, we talked about blockchain technology and NFTs, non-fungible tokens. How do they play a role in virtual real estate?
They are what make virtual real estate possible. The transactions are quick, efficient, secure, and easy. Smart contracts can be added to the blockchain, and they set the rules and the nature of the trade. The buyer receives a certificate showing that they are the verified owner of that digital asset. Owner verification and authentication makes the process highly desirable. By nature, the NFT technology provides robust security. As a result, virtual plots of land are being created and sold in video games and in virtual worlds, and each parcel is unique, affording its owner the opportunity to build anything there. Owners can build homes and businesses and create communities in their virtual world. These plots can be commercialized, rented, or resold, which means tremendous opportunity as we move towards merging the physical world with virtual and augmented reality.
It's amazing we're having this conversation. I mean, just 10 years ago wouldn't have been on our radar. Well, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, if you could share with our audience where to find some virtual real estate and how it can be purchased. Welcome back. Our topic today is virtual real estate. Now, Joy, if someone were interested in buying or selling virtual real estate, where might they look?
Thank you for that question. There are already many different marketplaces. The major pioneer to digital real estate is Decentraland, who introduced the process of creating an NFT for real estate. Decentraland was the first fully decentralized virtual world. Decentraland started as a multiplayer role-playing game, and its virtual world centers around a plaza called Genesis City. Picture a virtual reality video game that involves ownership of assets. Anything available in the physical world, like landmarks and buildings, can be found in this virtual world. Decentraland is built on the Ethereum blockchain. Virtual plots of land in Decentraland can be bought and sold. The sole purpose of the game is for its users to buy land, visit buildings, walk around and meet people as avatars. The users themselves are creating, building, and growing the virtual world of Decentraland. All of the parcels, except for roads and plazas, can be bought, sold, and developed by users of the game. So how does it work? Well, Decentraland is divided into 90,601 individual plots of virtual land, each represented as an NFT known as land. The game's developers have set this cap of 90,061 on the total number of land parcels which will ever be minted. A land transaction is an NFT transaction using a cryptocurrency known as mana. The transactions occur in the Decentraland marketplace. Once a plot of land is purchased, it can be customized and the owner can create an entirely virtual community. Designers can add animation. Owners can go back to the marketplace to purchase more land, or estates avatars and other items to help build and customize their world. For example, recently there was a large land transaction deal in Decentraland's fashion district for roughly $2.5 million, with plans to develop that area into a virtual commercial hub for luxury fashion brands, similar to the likes of a Physical World Rodeo Drive or Fifth Avenue. The land is in the Fashion Street area of Decentraland's map and will be used to host digital fashion events and sell virtual clothing for avatars. It's made of 116 smaller parcels, measuring 52.5 square feet each, making the land over 6,000 virtual square feet in size. Decentraland landowners have already invested considerable time and money building elaborate architectural structures, games, and wearables to develop their plots. Where and how owners develop their parcels has a big impact on how the parcel is valued moving forward. Creating a space where other users want to engage, explore, build, and socialize, like how you would want to socially interact in the physical world, will make a plot of virtual land more valuable. Ownership of land is tracked via the Ethereum blockchain, and users are required to hold their mana tokens in an Ethereum wallet. Multiple plots of land can be managed by Decentraland's estates feature. Land groups sharing a similar theme can be clubbed as districts, which is great for users who have common interests to form communities. A government can even be formed. Through the DAO, users are in control of the policies and rules created to determine how the world behaves. For example, what kinds of wearable items are allowed or disallowed, moderation of content, land policy and auctions, etc. The goal is to turn Genesis City into a virtual metropolis for people to virtually visit for work and pleasure. Imagine users virtually going to a casino or watching live music, maybe attending a conference, shopping with friends via a web browser or VR headset. Apparently, its users have already jumped on this vision because virtual real estate in Decentraland, particularly in the Genesis City area, has appreciated tremendously since Decentraland launched in 2017. At that time, land parcels sold for about $100 per parcel. But as mentioned earlier, there was recently a transaction for $2.4 million.
Amazing. Now, I've heard about cryptovoxels. What is that?
Some people see cryptovoxels as a blend of Minecraft and Facebook. And for those reasons, some people prefer it over Decentraland. Cryptovoxels is another virtual world in Metaverse powered by the Ethereum blockchain. Players can buy land, build stores, and create art galleries. Editing tools, avatars, and text chat are built into the platform, which makes this desirable for people who enjoy dabbling in creating their own customizations. Like the virtual land in Decentraland, each land parcel is an NFT, making it unique, and it keeps transactions securely stored on the Ethereum blockchain. But unlike Decentraland, there are no specific sizes that you're limited to. Parcels can be purchased peer-to-peer via the OpenSea marketplace. The cryptovoxel parcels have 6 dimensions, unique coordinates which define where the parcel of land is exactly on the cryptovoxel map. The cryptovoxel world is growing. A majority of the land sold has already been developed. The center of this world is a city called Origin City. It has streets, shops, and houses just like any real city. Most people purchase parcels of their own, or they buy already built ones. All the building is done through the browser, and you don't need to have any coding skills. It operates with blocks for everything. All you have to do is click the blocks and build your parcel. Sales of the parcels go to funding the cryptovoxel development. Building something in cryptovoxels is said to be very intuitive, which is why it is so popular. A builder panel opens up on the platform where you find the controls that will assist you as an owner with building up your world by adding color, images, and even sound. Cryptovoxel's platform is compatible with Oculus and other similar VR gadgets.
Rish Lotlakar, co-founder and CEO of Superworld, was a previous guest of ours on the Metaville. But remind us, how does Superworld compare?
Yes, Superworld is another extremely popular virtual real estate platform. And what's cool about Superworld is that it's a world mapped over the entire planet Earth. Superworld is a virtual world built on top of the real world in augmented reality. The Superworld virtual real estate platform lets you buy, sell, and trade virtual plots of land that represent real places on Earth, with each plot represented as an NFT digitally mapped over the Earth. Each plot of NFT land in Superworld measures 100 by 100 of real world space, roughly 2 acres, or about the size of a sports stadium. There are 54.8 billion plots of land in Superworld. Superworld uses the standards of NFTs, meaning each plot of virtual real estate is wholly unique and characterized by its digital scarcity as a collectible to buy, sell, trade, or hold. And this means that when you acquire a piece of Superworld virtual real estate, you own a unique piece of the Ethereum blockchain. To purchase real estate in Superworld, users must create a crypto wallet that can be funded by exchanging their preferred currency for ETH. Unsold properties can be bought for 0.1 ETH, whereas plots already purchased by other users are priced at the discretion of those users for resale. Shoppers can browse available properties in the Superworld platform. Some buyers are looking for investment opportunities and are looking for properties where they see monetization potential, while other purchasers want to find something that holds a sentimental value to them, like maybe a favorite vacation spot or their childhood home. Regardless of your motives behind a purchase, once the NFT is purchased, the owner gets a share of any of the commerce that might happen on that piece of property. And once you've become a key stakeholder in the Superworld platform, it opens up opportunities to monetize your property through e-commerce, digital analytics, advertising, and more. As Rich told us in Superworld, anyone can create, discover, and monetize anything, anywhere. He said that the vision for Superworld is to build a world that enhances humanity and improves people's lives. Building a virtual world that we're all building together, the idea that everyone, regardless of where you are in the world, can get involved, can help build Superworld. So Superworld is a virtual world built and mapped on top of our real world. And the goal for Super World is to interface with the real world, your real world life, combining the real and physical world with the virtual world. And he touted Super World as giving virtual landowners the opportunity to build a better world in the metaverse. Landowners in Super World become super citizens and can even help govern the virtual super world. And so to get involved in Super World, you would go to the website, open a Web3 wallet. You could look at the map, stake out some places that are interesting to you, and then purchase some land through the website that you're interested in. Again, maybe it's a favorite vacation spot or childhood home, or something that you just think might be a good investment or a high demand area in the future. And then once you are involved, you can, by being a landowner, you can work towards governing some of those spaces. You can even reprice your plot and resell it. And there's a lot of building going on there. Anyway, I think Super World is cool because you can see how it actually corresponds to real places on Earth. So I recommend going to the website and checking it out.
In, the favorite vacation spot or the childhood home, those would be, to me, like sentimental gifts you could purchase for people.
Absolutely.
Really would, I think sometimes people think of the virtual world of, well, what's the value there, but those are great examples. And I really love the mission and vision of Super World, and hope other companies are adopting similar missions and visions. Now, speaking of other companies, are there any other platforms to look for virtual real estate?
There are some very popular ones, and it allows anyone to dabble in virtual real estate. So you just want to check out all the different options. Some very popular ones are Somnium, Axe Infinity, and the Sandbox, just to name a few. And they're all growing, but you get the idea of how this basically works. And I recommend that you check them all out.
So what is the upside to getting involved in virtual real estate?
Well, as we know, real property transfers require so many inconsistent requirements depending on what jurisdiction you're in. It's all governed by different state laws, and there's different requirements. So anyone who's been involved in a real estate closing knows that there's a ton of paperwork. Converting real estate into an NFT is appealing to blockchain enthusiasts because an NFT overcomes a lot of those obstacles. The transactions appear safe, safe, secure, and easy. So those are some benefits.
Okay. Now, before investing in virtual real estate, what should potential investors consider?
Maybe you're a gamer or you already enjoy dabbling in the virtual world already. And if so, then investing in virtual real estate might just be a fun way to get more involved. This is a way to further express yourself through your avatar, through the properties that you buy and developed in the virtual world. Purchasing NFT real estate early in the development stages, like we're in now, might seem like a good idea because property values and demand might begin to rise for especially certain particular pieces of virtual properties. If the future is in the virtual world, this might be the time to get in on that action. Because it is blockchain-based real estate, value is determined by scarcity as well as desirability. With a limited amount of digital land available, it is possible that prices will rise as supply becomes limited and demand increases. Again, we're at the very beginning stages of exploring this new frontier. With increased popularity in shopping virtually, seeking our entertainment virtually, visiting friends and family virtually, and increasingly spending both our work and leisure time in virtual environments, there might be tremendous investment and business opportunities in the metaverse. And many see potential in NFT real estate, particularly when the NFT is tied to a real-world property. Businesses might want to look to advertising or marketing opportunities in both the virtual world and in augmented reality to add to whatever they're already doing in the real world and explore investing in certain virtual properties. But as far as the return on investment, there's always going to be uncertainty, and we don't know what the future is going to hold. No one can guarantee that there will be a payoff. Definitely research the different platforms because while they're similar, there are major differences. And you just need to see what's going to be the best fit for you. There's no guarantee that the blockchain that you purchase your virtual land on will be the one that stands the test of time or will continue to be adapted in the future. And this is all a part of the risk. Consider the history of the platform and also what virtual worlds seem to be picking up traction. If you purchase digital real estate, you're taking a chance, not just on that specific plot of virtual land, but also on the platform that you're buying into.
Kind of standard question these days. How has the pandemic impacted the growth of the virtual real estate market?
The growth has been unreal over the past 2 years, and I can only imagine some of it is related to the pandemic. Like all areas of the metaverse, as people have been stuck inside their homes, working remotely, and finding alternative forms of entertainment, ways to socialize with their friends and their family, many are looking to the metaverse to improve their lives and find new ways to connect and interact virtually.
Well, Joy, thank you so much for explaining virtual real estate for our audience. That was interesting and very enlightening. We'll be watching to see the growth in the virtual real estate market. It's obviously already taking off. So remember, this show, The Metaville, covers all topics related to the metaverse. To suggest a guest, show idea, or become a sponsor, reach out to us. Our email addresses are at the bottom of the screen. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our show. And of course, share it on your social media channels. Signing off from the Metaville, I'm Jeanne Curtin.
And I'm Joy Tootle.
Thank you.